right, Rick, it is time to talk about some games. We do this every week, 4 games. We'll start on Thursday. Battle for the Bell. McCallum, Travis over at Berger. Who's going to win this one?
It's going to be a close one. I'm going with my friends from McCallum. They've won 11 out of the last 12, I believe. Travis won in 2010. It looked like the tide had turned, except McCallum won it last year, 38-19. Two evenly matched teams. I like the team with the better tradition in this particular game. I'm going with the Big Blue.
I'm going to go with Travis actually in this one. McCallum's been very up and down this season. It's been kind of hard to get a read out of them. Some games they look really, really good. And then you throw in some games like the Navasota game, and it's kind of like, what's going on there? Travis has been pretty consistent all year. Jonathan Caldwell at quarterback, the Williams kid at wide receiver, and Chris Clark at running back. All pretty good pieces to that offense. Travis hasn't played anyone. That's also true. I think they're, I wrote it down.
5-1.
They're 5-1, but they've played teams that are 7-31 combined this season. So McCallum's going to be their first test. I think they squeeze by. I think it's probably going to be a little bit like that 2010 game where they kind of snuck up on McCallum and won 36-33. So I'll say 36-33 again.
Good game.
All right, second game we'll go Hendrickson, Pflugerville. Two teams undefeated in 16 5A play. Both teams have very good running backs. Who's going to win this one?
I think it's the first time they've ever played each other,
First time, yep.
I'm going to go with Pflugerville. Both teams are a little bit alike in that they love to run the football. I just like Pflugerville's running game a little bit more, especially with Adrian Dilworth having 208 yards rushing last week. Big win for them. And I just think that they're a little bit hotter, even though Hendrickson, they rely more on their defense than their offense.
I'm going to go with Henderson, Samaje Perrine. It's over 1,000 yards rushing right now. Right now, I think the Hawks are just kind of playing with house money. Not a lot of people expecting them to be contending for a championship. I know the last 3 weeks I picked against them each week, and they've just come out, won a game, and gone about their business. And I just think, I think they're going to sneak up on another opponent and win what should be a really fun, kind of quick game since both teams run the ball. But
love it.
Get out to Hendrickson for that game. Let's go. Speaking of good running backs, Del Valle has a guy named Josh Cleveland. He's closing in on the 1,000-yard mark, but he has Westlake this week. Can Del Valle upset Westlake?
Well, they can, but they won't. Westlake has given up a total of 17 points on defense in 3 district games. Last year, they only allowed 4 points a game on defense in district. It just seems like Westlake turns it up a notch in district, and Ben Slaughter has become quite the running back for them. So I see them keeping it on the ground too. I see a Westlake win.
Westlake's actually won the last 8 district games by the combined score, 408-31. I think they win this one. Westlake's given up in their last 3 games combined less than 75 rushing yards. So Josh is going to have his work cut out for him. I think he'll get his yards, but with Slaughter, Box, Siebert on the Westlake offense, I just think that's too much firepower for the Del Valle defense. So I see Josh Cleveland has a nice game, but Westlake gets the win. Last game, we got Vista Ridge undefeated. Leander only 1 loss. You saw Leander last week. You've seen Vista Ridge a couple times. Who do you like in this one?
I like Leander. I was extremely impressed with their new quarterback, Brandon Hopp. Came in with his very first varsity start. He looked, I thought, even better than Caleb Woodward in that he can throw the ball downfield. He gives him an extra dimension. Woodward will still probably play quarterback, but I think he's going to split some time. So that added dimension, and you know that Leander's defense is good.
Yeah,
they've had 3 games where they gave up 0 points on defense.
Yeah, Vista Ridge's defense has been fine too. They also had 3 shutouts this year, so don't expect a lot of scoring. I just like this game for Vista Ridge. Mayberry and Duncan, their 2 running backs, both are having very fine seasons. Mayberry is about 100 yards short of 1,000 yards, and Duncan's been a good plan B for them. So I say they control the ball, the defense does what they need to do, and they win a 10-9 game.
It's going to be a good week.
Field goal off the buzzer.